Hi everyone, it's String, another day of live coaching, and we're on day 5 of the 7-day LinkedIn Content Challenge. My name is String, 4x LinkedIn Top Voice, and the founder of The Trusted Voice, where we help invisible profiles, such as yourself, become and be the trusted voice on LinkedIn. So if you happen to be in part of the challenge itself, because I know that we're pushing that on Facebook groups and on LinkedIn, and if you want to put your name, make sure that you type in chat.restream.io Facebook, so then your name and profile pops up, and say hi. And I'd love to know where you're watching from. If you happen to be watching a replay, comment replay. These little details and comments will allow me to understand where you're watching from and if you're watching the replays as well. So I'm going to be answering lots of questions, all the way about marketing strategy, triggering the algorithm, talking about how to be consistent and cadence with the TTV creation system, videos. There's quite a few videos. Hey, Philippe from YouTube. Thank you for always supporting. We're going to analyze different contents as well. A few people like James and Jay, who are challengers and creators themselves, have Jay has actually gained 8,000 views. So we're going to analyze what content that he created that made it happen. Hashtags, we're going to be talking about that. And finally, what's a good content strategy to repurpose existing videos, which is a shout out to September as well. So I'm going all the way to start, where you're watching from, and say hello, because I know there are about 4 to 6 people watching right now, and I'm really excited. And while I wait for that, I'm going to bring up James Wright's poll. And I have to say that on his day 2 post, he created a poll that gained over 450,000 views and gained about over 25,000, and it's growing. So I have to say that LinkedIn polls is still hot right now. And so just to give you more context, James is a trusted advisor for people who want to do financial planning, and he has about 5,800 followers, and he's been consistently creating content as well. Hey Jenny, that's okay. There's going to be plenty of challenges, but I could bring that up. I'm just appreciate you coming in. Rick, thanks for coming in and joining. So there's still time to challenge. Some people are just coming in to really make the most of the challenge itself, because we give out free templates, support as well. And okay, great. I'm going to bring up James Wrigley's post. He did quite a few posts. Found it. So let me bring it up. Share screen, Chrome tab, James Wrigley. Amazing. All right. Is that the one? I'm going to zoom in as well. Can you see that? Cool. That looks better. Which one is a better format? Not that one. All right. This is a better format. So James has actually did really well with this post. He kind of he made it super easy. What would you do? Sell, investment. So the ideas of clicks is that you need to have a strong headline that gives context. A lot of people, what they do is like they repeat the first line of the poll and repeat the first line of the captions. So these two things actually stops the scrolls, and he made it super easy. So apparently James made about 2,005. He has 25,000 views on this, and and I have to say, it's a combination of a great poll. He knows his audience. It had a network effect, and he leveraged the challenge as a way to add that extra visibility and boost. He did another poll itself, and I didn't think he had like the same length as everything, because he made it harder. The thing is, what's the difference between this poll and the last poll was that he made people think. Polls, you don't want people to think, you want people to click. So you need to make it stupidly simple and simply stupid. So people could like contribute to the conversation by this. If you make them think they're about to move on, there's like, oh, that's too much work. I need to move on. So you need to make polls super, 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 super simple. Oh yeah, so James Holmes, just to give more context, he has 450 votes, or 470 since now. Oh, let me bring that up as well, because that's the better one. Over 470 votes, so he's been growing still, and over 25,000, probably up to 30,000 now. And he made it really easy for people to contribute as well. So polls are still hot, and you're probably thinking I'm sick of polls, but polls is a great way for you to know, do I understand my works, which I describe as people? Do you understand your audience, your people you want to engage? So James does have about 5,000 people, and he's been posting on a daily basis, but just letting you know, he did do another poll and that didn't get the same traction. So I'm just thinking that he made it really easy for people to vote. And we're going to talk about different examples as well. Moving on, thanks, James, for like contributing. He's still going great. He's actually doing it live today. And there's still time for people to join in the challenge as well. Yes, Adam, do polls. Polls are super easy. Let's move and stop screen. What else we go talk about today? So I'm always in the lookout for content creators on LinkedIn. Who's your favorite content creator? Tag them, share some examples, because like we're always looking for other inspirations. That surely like I'm being audacious and saying I'm not the only great content creator on LinkedIn. There are many others as well. And I think Leah is great. Like she shows her authenticity really well. And if you're looking for a career coach, I recommend Holly Lee. But also the great thing about being in part of the challenge as well is that you get to like network, meet, and find other inspirations who you vibe with as well. So even here, like Samantha, Rick, Jenny, Adam, these are people that are like, or you are all interested in creating content, and Philippe as well. So you should click on their profiles and connect as well. So, but I'd love to know who are your LinkedIn favorite profiles. We go loop back into them afterwards, because I'm always going to check out their profiles and let's perhaps analyze them. What makes them so awesome? Isn't that very meta? Like a creator analyzing a creator on LinkedIn. And I move my hands a lot. I'm super excited to talk about branding and marketing. So this is for particularly Sophia. She's part of the challenge as well. And yes, thank you, Michelle. We do want to learn from this. So the question we have to talk about is like, what's a good marketing strategy on LinkedIn? What style of content should I push out? So for Sophia, my question always reverts back to the 7 V's framework. The 7 V's framework is something that I hold dear, especially if you want to be known for something. Like, because I know that you'd created a video that showed the automation and that went viral, but showing technology and showing the new thing, does that reinforce your brand? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you like a tech entrepreneur? Are you showing how to like, what is the best question I have to ask you is like, what do you want to be known for? And just because like a content went viral, does it add and reinforce your expertise, your brand, what you want to be known for? Because I get distracted. Vanity metrics is great if you want to go if you want to be known for that, but if it's like outside your scope, it's a wasted eyeballs and attention. It's great for the dopamine hits, but it's not that great if you want to be known for that topic. So I'm going to like share my screen again and bring back the 7 V's framework, because I really think it's important. So the 7 V's framework, oh, that didn't show the right one. Let me do that again. Share screen. Chrome tab, the 7 V's pathway. And how can I do a full screen on this picture page? No, I'm always learning Restream. Fit to page. Can I hide that? All right, I'm just going to do it this way for now. So it's really important to know that in the 7 V's, it's all about the 7 V's. It's like, I call it 7 V's framework to help you go from being invisible to be the trusted voice on LinkedIn. And it's your vision, your values, your voice. And I'll have to go revert back to like Sophia, like why your voice is so important. Because if your voice is not attracting your works, it's a waste of time. Your visuals, like how do you want to present yourself? How do you use that visual for brand recognition and brand? I'm seeding the plant of what I want to be known for. So I use fried chicken as a way to really, really push out. Oh, thanks, Candace. I have a question and I'm going to answer that to you as well. So if you have any other questions, go for it. Understand who your 100 true fans is. I know Pauline is really good at that. She knows who her target market is as well. And speaking of which, I have to attend one of your sessions as well, because I heard you're very spiritual and you're like the version, if any entrepreneurs want to connect with their spiritual, Pauline Nguyen is that person to go to. She is that trusted voice for a lot of entrepreneurs to connect to their spiritual being inside of them. Your validation, how do you know you're growing? Are you reaching your goals, your validation? So I call validation as a way to validate who your audience is. The more you could get faster to the brand market fit, the more that you'll grow and monetize your brand and become the trusted voice. Kudos to that. Listening for that's homeschooling. Okay, cool. So I really think it's really important to really note that the 7 V's framework is just it's something that will help you know it's there's something there to help me become more visible on LinkedIn. And I really believe that this framework works because I used it on my clients, I used it on my myself as well, and even Diane Nguyen, now she's outgrowing me. She has 71,000 subscribers, and all she does is dance and be super authentic about who she is as a person. So I hope that helps, because I really think, Sophia, at the end of the day, to answer your question, Yan, just to let you know, if you want to show your name, you have to put in chat.restream.io Facebook. So then you hook up Restream and Facebook together. So just back to Sophia's question, really, do you know your Vogues? Do you know what you want to be known for? And what content should you create? You could create amazing content. Do you want to be viral? But are you a viral, known for virality? Are you known for tech? Then show more tech. But I realize strategy-wise, you're better off thinking about polls and status posts and videos as a way to build up the expertise. But really, virality is great for that short-term gain, but it doesn't really build up your brand. Okay, so the next question is, what's your #1 hack for triggering LinkedIn algorithms? And I actually prefer comments over likes. And as shown, if you're being part of the challenge itself, the 7-day challenge, that it's not about likes. Likes gives you that initial boost, but what makes people really join conversation is great call to actions, great conversation in the comments. September is really good at that. I believe Anthony is really good at that. The comments, having conversations, does your content, post, poll, video, does it generate conversations inside your comments? So if you're able to have a conversation generating post, that will trigger that LinkedIn algorithm gods. And so that's been my technique, my secret technique for the last 4 years. And that's how I've been 4 times LinkedIn top voice. Oh, so Jenny, check out Pauline Nguyen. She's in the comments below. She's someone amazing. And her brother is Luke Nguyen, who's quite a famous Australian chef. So she's particularly on LinkedIn. Pauline Nguyen, check out Pauline Nguyen. So conversations, reflect back into your current post challenges. In the last 4 to 5 days of creating content, does my content, my post, my poll generate conversations? If it wasn't for the challenge itself, does it generate conversation? If you didn't have the challenge or the trusted voice community to be part of, does it generate conversation? If not, then that's something you have to consider and improve on. And that's a better one. Really, I really think you need to if you want to level up your visibility and generate the algorithm gods, think about those questions. Does my posts generate conversations? And if it wasn't for the challenge itself, would it generate conversation? Feel free to ask questions and drop questions. I know the one thing about like live streams is that it does lag, but the way I structure my live stream is that I know more people replay it. So I'm always continue on. So I just want to show you one of the cool things that's we're developing inside the Trusted Voice, and that's the content creation system. Let me bring it up because I'm really proud of it at the moment. Content creation system. Right. Because there's, the creating content doesn't end. Facebook user, I don't know your name, tell me who you are. Otherwise, go to chat.restream.io on Facebook so I know who you are. So found her on LinkedIn. Good job. Mention my name that you found her through me. So the content creation system is really, really fun. I'm going to share my screen again. I love sharing my screen. Windows, probably this one, right? Okay, so I use a tool called Notion System. It's so much fun because like in the content creation system, I noticed that a lot of professionals and business owners do not have time on their hands. And it's really important that we give them templates and systems because you're not marketers. I am. So I'm giving you the tools to do that. So usually you have all these knowledge in your head. And this is, by the way, one of the prizes that we're giving out to our challenges as well. So you have all this knowledge in your head, but have you put it into a system or a knowledge bank that you could like tap into on a regular basis? So instead of overthinking, you just need to brain dump everything that you know that's stuck in your head, put it into the knowledge system. And you should see my knowledge system. I have 100 ideas that I could pull from on a regular basis. And I leverage SEO as a way to like see what works as well. And over time, what you can do is like you start creating. You pick out the cards. For example, I have idea number 1 on videos. Idea number 2 is on LinkedIn polls. And another one I have is like idea number 3 on polls. On commenting. And inside, if you click it open, inside we have templates from LinkedIn articles, videos, and polls. So imagine all the templates that you can have in your convenience inside of here. So when that happens, I'm going to move to creation, review, and then I could publish. And when I'm ready to publish, I put a date of when I want to publish. And for me, like I post every day, but a good cadence is like you say, every Tuesday, I'm going to post 1 LinkedIn content. So that's the creation post that we're going to give out. But the way for you to win is to post on all 7 days. Any questions so far? Or did I show that? Okay, anyway, I'm moving on. So cancel. The next question that we're going to have is what tools to use and what's the framework for engagement. So this is one for Candace. If you're homeschooling, that's cool. I'm going to be quick. So I know that you're want to think about video editing tools and what to use, but I'm assuming you're a beginner and you don't want to learn new things. I usually say that Loom is a great topic. So topics and ideas, same thing. Like no, topics is like ideas is like all the topics is Ricky, just to like clarify. I'm just going to show that chat. Let's see. Close. So just to answer you really, 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 really strongly. Topics is like personal branding is my topic. And video is a topic. But there are like ideas that fit underneath these topic pillars. So for example, like if you're doing, if you're thinking about videos, like one-on-one on video, how to use videos on smartphones, LinkedIn videos. So do you see how the names that are doing it? What was the name of the knowledge system to automate content? Oh, I have to answer that. So San Promethea, it's actually part of the Trusted Circle, the Trusted Voice membership. Like we're giving that tool called the TTV creation system. It's not available yet. I'm just giving you a really cool VIP inside knowledge. If you're part of the challenge, there's a special going on. I'll keep you posted around about it. And Candace, I'm going to answer this question based on your level, which is a beginner. And let's see, going back to the question. Okay, so Candace, I feel like you're using Zoom. Just letting you know, Zoom is great, but the quality could be really shitty sometimes. Loom is a great video. Like, do you need someone on the other side to bounce ideas? Because you mentioned you're an introvert, but I usually say use your phone. Your smartphone is a powerful video creator tool. I love using Instagram stories, and I really think Instagram stories and Instagram Reels is a great exercise of keeping to it less than 6 seconds or less. And if you do that, you're able to create really bite-sized content. And LinkedIn is all about bite-sized content. So when I do these, but you're a coach, Candace. So live streaming like this on a regular basis shows your expertise. Even though I only have 4 people here, I have this confidence that people go watch these replays on a regular basis. So that's why I continue doing live streams. Yes, Chantel, you're really good at Reels. And Reels is fun. It has all the tools that you need to do to add words, add text, add GIFs, add stickers. So Candace, I had to say TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Clipchamp are my 3 favorite tools at the moment to creating really engaging videos. And I say that because LinkedIn doesn't need to be more than 3 minutes or 1 hour. I just happen to like giving a lot of value. You just need to really hyper focus, have fun with this, and think about one topic, one take, one video. Yes. And I hope that's so. Chantel, if you have any insights or tips for Candace, who are super newbie, really doesn't I don't think she has done a video where she's super proud of, what is a great way or entry to really think about videos in a way, or Instagram Reels? Because I'm sure Candace will appreciate it. By the way, Chantel is a YouTuber that does yarn. She does string. She knits for her people. Her Vogues are knitters and people who love knitting or something along those lines. So correct me if I'm wrong, Chantel. So moving on, I have to say let's see. Oh, I'm still getting familiar with Restream. So I have to say, Dan, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate the vibes. You are awesome as well. And Rick, thank you for registering. I'm glad. Welcome to the Trusted Voice. And I love to do that. Yes, we all love yarn crafts. Yes, thank you. Captions. I'm going back to the questions now. So I want to analyze another one, which is Jay's poll in day 2. Let's find Jay's again. Jay is really great. So Jay has also is one of the attendees. I have to share my screen. Chrome tab, Jay. And he only has 272 people. That's really low numbers. He needs to boost up his numbers, right? So he's been using LinkedIn, the LinkedIn 7-day challenge, as a way to boost up his visibility. And he only has 272. Remember that, 272 people. Hey James, thanks for tuning in. We're analyzing James's poll, and he was able to generate 8,000 posts. So which one was it that he generated 8,000 views? This one. So with the combination of polls and being a participant and a challenger, he was able to generate 8,000 views because why? It was stupidly simple. Stupidly simple. I had to say that. Stupidly simple. Simply stupid. Polls should be super easy for people to click, click, click. And he did that. And it wasn't very long. His captions it's not long. But I love how he can contextualize it. If you have $5,000 to make an impact on your business, what would you choose to invest in? And this is great because it also makes him anyone who voted, he could go back, look at who voted, and have conversation about Google ads, landing pages, Facebook ads, or website. So LinkedIn is actually a funnel. It's a good funnel, especially if you have the right type of people. Yes. Okay. Michelle, side note, stop screen. Side note, apparently you could, on company pages, I'm super excited for this, and I'm going to experiment with this and validate this as well. So apparently LinkedIn company pages allows you to boost posts now. And So that's super exciting. That means like it's going to be like another version of the early days of Facebook ads. So this is actually a great opportunity. I feel like it's going to be super cheap now to reach people if you use LinkedIn ads. Something to think about, James, because I know you're a marketer and an agency owner yourself. So Chantal gave a really good advice about videos. One piece of advice is to grab your phone, start making little videos. It's something that you love. Have a play. It's not okay to upload, but it's okay to try out fun things like stickers and the music. So just letting you know, Michelle is all about LinkedIn company pages. So she's like goes for that, and she was able to get okay, that's interesting. $10 for 700 impressions, like roughly. Okay, I got to test that because I did a Facebook ad for the challenge itself, spend about $100 to get 44,000 views. So that's kind of like, the numbers already are like kind of like saying Facebook ads is a lot more mature and cheaper, but I have to test out the LinkedIn ads to like concur. But already just letting people know, if you want to spend $10 USD dollars to get 700 impressions, that's how much you have to pay. That's quite expensive when you think about it. Any clicks? Does it track any clicks, Michelle? Because I track clicks more than I track views or reach impressions. And I'll revert, no, not cheap. So it's not cheap. Just letting you know, like Facebook ads could be way more cheap if you know who your folks are. Going back to the questions itself, one, I feel like this is a pet hate because I'm all about readability, is like, so maybe I'm going to vote it out for everyone. Do you like reading? You know how like there's hashtags on LinkedIn? Do you like hashtags being pushed out throughout the pages copy? It's like, the top 5 tips, the top 5 tips on hashtag personal branding, or do you like hashtags being pushed on the bottom? And for me, like, why do you need to put hashtags in between the copy? And the copy doesn't really, like, do you want them to be pushed away from it and use a hashtag? Because like, I actually think hashtag actually is giving them permission to go outside your post. So Cindy voted bottom. I vote for bottom because I like clean copy. I want them to read and go down, not click on it and get distracted somewhere else. That's the habit that you're giving people permission from. And when you do that, it looks good. Does it look good? I feel like it looks somewhat spammy if you try to like do it everywhere. Chantal is a bottom person as well. Oh, that sounds so funny. But it seems like the ones like putting hashtags on the bottom is fine. That's where to put it. I do hashtags. I tend to put hashtags on the bottom as well. Not cheap. Yes, it's not cheap. So Ricky asked a question. Let's see. I have to say, everyone's on the bottom. I have 3 votes for the bottom. Cindy voted for the bottom. Chantel voted for the bottom. Melinda voted for the bottom. I feel like everyone should like go for the bottom. Go for the bottom. I've uploaded daily and add everyone that looks at my page. I've taken your advice and been using my beehive. So you created your own little pod, Rick. Good idea. It's up to you. It's always a good experiment to understand what works and doesn't work and put it into your own content stack, because I believe that beehive pods is a beehive that adds to the boost and visibility. And I talked about that in a live stream a couple of days ago. So I'm pretty stoic about it, because like people get upset about it because it fakes authenticity. But as a marketer, you have to have all these tools to use and leverage for your side, because you do want to reach visibility and have conversion happening for you as well. So I just wanted to say something before we move on, is there any specific questions as well before like I share really cool things? I have something to share, because it's as challenges, I notice that when the challenge is all over, what's going to happen with everyone. So I do have a special going on for the challenges itself. It's a 7-day special. If you want to continue building up your visibility and your voice, so you could continue to be the trusted voice in the industry, it's for $49.9 for the whole year to be the Trusted Voice members. And if you click on the 7-day feel goods, it will push you to the offer page. And there's going to be like inside the 7D, let me go back into that page. But really what's going to be offered is weekly coaching. It's group coaching live, just like this, but think of it hyper personalized and focused into you. And more accountability, monthly templates, and also tutorials inside the trusted playbook to help you through the 7V's framework as well. So remember, like it's shown as before, the 7V's framework helps you from being a silent, not that visible voice on LinkedIn to being the trusted voice on LinkedIn. Voice, vision, Vokes, which is your people, values, validation, and victory. So when you have all these 7 things in place and you work on each thing, you'll be the trusted voice in your industry as well. So let me bring out that page because I'm really proud of what I've achieved in the last couple of days with the community itself. And I have to say, one of my favorite things, and it was a bit of an epiphany moment, is that the people like had ownership about what they're the expert for. And I really love it because like just completing this sentence, I am the trusted voice. Let's find it. We had a lot of activities. Let me look for it. Share screen. So screen Chrome tab, the trusted voice. And it's really amazing because like people have contributed to, I'm going to make it bigger there. And people have contributed quite a lot. So there's like threads there, like 200, like 120 comments. And then the first day has to be like, and people played energy games with me, sharing what they love, and they love pizza. Not surprised, but I'm surprised like not enough people love fried chicken. So what I'm trying to find that yes, this one's my favorite post. It's not the like daily accountability, but it's the fact that everyone has strong ownership about who they are as a trusted voice. So even you could complete the sentence, I am the trusted voice for. There's something that helps you set the intention of your brand. And what was amazing is the responses that came through it. Some people were very verbose about it, and some people were very succinct about it. And for example, Jodie is like, she and I have been working together for many, like at least a year, and she finally honed it down because she was like the confidence coach. Now she's like, she realized her money, her Vokes. She is the trusted voice for public speaking for high-performing leaders. And once she goes through the closed door, she teaches them about how to connect with their authenticity and purpose as well. And 44 others have contributed and highlighted what are they trusted voice for. So let me see, like Looney she had a lot of interest, so she didn't know what she wanted to be the trusted voice for. Phoebe is, I am the trusted voice for easing jaw pain without pharmaceuticals. And that's amazing. You don't want painkillers to deal with your jaw pain. Hedaya, I have to like apologize for like spelling it wrong. I'm the trusted voice for inclusive recruitment. That, I have to say, that's so spot on. And September, she kind of went a little bit verbose. I could read between the lines because I've been following her content every day. I am the trusted voice. September is the trusted voice for transformation entrepreneurs. But really, I feel like she helps. Like she's like the podcast for like leveraging podcasts for entrepreneurs. But that's still something, like I don't know what her thing is. Whereas like Victoria is like, I'm the trusted voice for using LinkedIn as a small business owner or freelancer. So she has 2 Vokes that she has to figure out. Like she hasn't had total ownership of it yet, but we're very similar. I'm the trusted voice for personal branding. But Karen and I worked on together. It's like Karen is the trusted voice for confidently empowered nurses, and then she took ownership of it, and we created a beautiful LinkedIn banner, and now she has it on her banner. If you click onto her profile on Karen's or find her on LinkedIn, she has that ownership as well. So even that exercise itself will help you focus as well. So really, if you want to be like for $4.99, it's a really good value. I have to say, you get weekly coaching, templates, and feedback from you, and also like the template to the framework the tutorials for you to be invisible on LinkedIn, to being the trusted voice on LinkedIn. And the first step is having that ownership. What are you the trusted voice for? Oh, yes, that's okay. The 7-day challenge is going to be, I'm thinking about it. It had such good success that I'm thinking about integrating it as part of the membership stack. So that way, like every quarter, we come together and boost each other up. But for now, that I really think that just letting you know that this will be the last time it's going to be for free. I'm going to be charging it next time. So if you're a member, it's kind of free already, but I'm definitely making people charge for it. Because like it's a lot of work, but so much worthwhile for it as well. So anyone who's participating right now, you're lucky. You got to be something in something awesome. And I'm thankful and grateful that you participated as well. So the next question, so let's stop the share screen, is the final question. So you have any questions before we wrap it up? Thank you, Cindy. Cindy is a member of the Trusted Voice. What's a good strategy for repurposing video content from previous training or live training? Melinda, yeah, I have to like bring it up because I really like, so September, it's so funny we're focusing on September because this last 5 question is for her as well. But I love that, like, Melinda, what you said about it, September is the trusted voice for leaving the most challenging comments that continues a conversation. I agree. She happens to leave awesome conversations that generates more conversations. And she asks, and that's why she's like probably like a podcast host herself. I'm not surprised if she's a podcast host because she asks really great questions that continues the conversation and that goes below the surface level. She is not like, hey, nice post, great post. She asks really insightful questions. And I think that's her personality. And thank you, Anthony. Yes, the challenge, so much value worth charging for. How much would you pay for it? This is like market research. Like, Anthony, how much do you think is worth paying for that challenge for accountability? Because you've been posting every day, I have to say. And I'm always thankful that you're being part of the community itself. Okay, moving on to the final question. What's a good strategy for repurposing video content? This is specifically for September for training. So she has a lot of like videos. The best way to do it is that, this is how I would do it, because I think about content stack quite a lot, is that you should recycle your long posts, embed those podcasts into a blog post, share your transcript. I was actually looking at Tim Ferriss's podcast content stack. So what he does is he does like really long form podcast streams, and they're really conversational, and he provides both the transcript and the show notes, and the show notes act as his like blog post, and also he embeds the podcast into it. But if you're going on like pushing out onto LinkedIn, you need to make sure that you have to cut out the golden nuggets and put it onto the stream and then push that into the show notes. So then people could, like, people would like to read or listen, but they know that on a regular basis that these golden nuggets is like the hook for them to go deeper and listen to the longer video form or the podcast form as well. So I actually analyzed Tim Ferriss quite a lot just because I wanted to understand how he did it as well. So there you have it. If you have any questions, I just want to say that I'm going to put this into replays. I feel like it's really worth going into. I love to like allow, it's going to be 50% off. The membership is $9.90 per year, but included into the 49 Challenger special is the TTV creation system. And we're going to have a masterclass because it's important that we help you set up properly as well. So we just want to make sure that you become the trusted voice in your industry, because Anthony is B2B marketing. He's really good at case studies. Cindy is the trusted voice for presentations for seeds and founders in startups. Chantel is all about the trusted voice for yarn. And Melinda, what are you the trusted voice for? So even doing that exercise is a great way to see what you want to be known for. And if you have like different things or different insights about what you want to know for, That's because you have many interests, which is normal. I have many interests as well, but I found that there's always one that people are willing to pay me for, and that tends to be that's how you're able to intersect your passion, your passion, and do it for a living. Intersect that. Thank you, Candice, for participating. And if you feel like it's only for 7 days, but if you feel like you want to continue, you want that additional accountability, feel free to join. There's going to be 2 more days of the accountability, and the challenge is over. There won't be any more of those podcast streams or those boosting visibility or the Beehive accountability. The challenge is just to help you focus, create content, and build good content habits, and also network with the community as well. So I hope everyone here connects with each other, create great value, comment, create content, and keep on building up the visibility that you want on LinkedIn. Oh, thank you, Belinda. So I just want to shout out to Belinda. I am the trusted voice for building and supportive inclusive communities. That's a good one. Building and supportive. So if you had to strip it down, I'm the trusted voice for inclusive communities. That's your core thing. So when anyone asks questions about inclusive communities, they come to you, Belinda. But behind the closed doors, that first door, you provide insights about building and also supporting as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll go be inside the Facebook group. I look forward to reading everyone's content. I've been learning a lot about personal development from Candice. Belinda, I really like your content, and I love your latest post about reciprocation. And Anthony, I look forward to your post as well, because you're always great insights about B2B marketing. So anything else, I'll be inside Facebook groups. See you inside.